Since in Persian he and she are the same word, we cannot say if Hafiz beloved was masculine or feminine, except by referring to context. For example, there are a number of references to soft down on the face or chin, suggesting an adolescent boy. On the other hand, the occasional references to veiled obviously imply a woman or girl. On one occasion, Hafiz does use the less common feminine form of the word for beloved, mashube, rather than mashub, but that may simply have been for the rhythm. Last night, our master forsook the mosque for the tavern. From now on, friends, what shall we do? How can we, as disciples, turn our faces to Mecca when our master turns his towards the house of wine? Together we inhabit this temple of ruin, which has been our fate since the world began. The harp, the lute, or its equivalent, the melody, the mode, the tambour, the viol, or its nearest equivalent. If that young serving boy would but show his face again to bring us wine, I would willingly sweep the tavern steps with my eyelashes. Hafiz's frequent attacks on orthodox piety and morality are not mere anti-clericalism, the railing at an all-powerful religious establishment. They stem from the view that such attitudes and behaviour themselves reinforce the structures of pride and self-regard, which get in the way of real spiritual progress. As was famously said of one Irish leader, his only vice was his virtue. I am not the first to have fallen. What do you know of morality, of what lies behind the curtain? Everyone searches for love. Everywhere is the house of love. Mosque or synagogue, Muslim or Jew. As for me, I worship the very bricks of the tavern. If you do not understand, perhaps it is because you do not listen. In the end, people reap what they sow. Do not preach. Do not despair of me. Consider yourself and your so-called piety. For all you know, wine in hand, on Judgment Day, I shall walk straight into heaven. Although wine brings us joy, and the wind sifts the flowers, spreading their scent, these are dangerous times, when to do openly what we do is unwise. The authorities are strict. Better to hide the cup inside our ragged sleeve and silence, for the moment, the liar. Blood flows easily, as out of the neck of a flask, under these inverted heavens that circle indifferently and are strewn with the remains of heroes. I shall wash out the wine from my cloak with my own tears, as hypocrites do. In the great ocean of heaven, my little crescent boat, the moon, is swamped by the beneficence of Sultan Qavam. If we look for development in most ghazals, we do not find it. They seem like a more or less random collection of self-contained couplets, each of which may be very fine in its own right, but which do not form part of a linear progression, such as we find, say, in a sonnet. Perhaps our Western expectations are at issue here. We expect poems to go somewhere, but what if they are there already? Oh, my sweet-faced one, what have I done that you should leave my side? What have you seen that has sent you off on the road to China? At every breath, without your face, tears well up in the spring of my eyes, and no one understands the vision I have lost since you passed from my gaze. Last night, the candle burning down was as nothing to my own burning. My heart tells me that it will be united with you again through prayer, but my life has passed in a lifetime of prayer. And where can I turn to pray when I no longer have any sense of direction and all the purity is drained out of the holy mountain? I have collapsed with the agony of separation. Surely I will die in pain, since my true physician has gone. Yesterday the doctor saw me and said sadly, "Your case goes beyond the textbooks. There is nothing more can be done for you." Friend, take but a few steps to inquire about Hafiz. before they tell you that he has gone into the world of annihilation. O witness of heaven, who lifts your veil? My bird of paradise, who gives you seed and water? Sleep falls from my eyes at the consuming thought of in whose arms you find repose. The road of my heart has been cut by your look, and if I have become drunk, it is on the wine of you. You that do not ask after this poor dervish, have you no thought of mercy, no fear of retribution? The arrow you loosed at my heart was surely an error. When will I come to know what your true aim is? You that seem not to hear my plaints or cries, how high your threshold, my emblem of beauty. O castle of my heart, my intimate dwelling, I pray that time's depredations may never befall you. The eye, the pupil of the eye, the gaze, the look, seeing or seeing in, vision, the wink. To tell you how my heart is, to have news of your heart, to hide from others my useless longing, to sleep one night with you, one night of destiny, tender yet exalted, and in the darkness to pierce that pearl, so fine, so small, and when morning comes, with the wind's grace, to greet the dawn as the flowers open. Halfway through the night, you come by the side of my bed, wine in hand, blouse torn, your hair all over the place. With laughter and tears in your eyes and mockery in your voice, you laid your hand on me and sorrowfully said, "Asleep so soon, my love? You will be love's infidel if you do not worship wine when you are given it. Forget all that talk of sin and the whining hypocrites. Since the day the world began, we have taken our fill. Whatever was put before us, we drank and didn't care if it was the wine of paradise or the dregs of a bad year. A Hafiz, many a vow like yours has been broken beyond repair by a lover with wine in hand and disorder about the hair.